Today I will be showing you how to create these acetate flowers. And I've decorated them here with some buttons that I made and some of this bejeweled sequin yarn by Yarn Bee. And the designs that I've used here is Ireland Forever and Country Bunny, and those are by Country Craft Creations. Here's another one that I made. I didn't actually attach that one, but here's the button that I made. Here's another button that I made. Isn't that a bunny adorable? I can't wait to work with that paper. And there's one for Country Craft Creations. So I'm kind of showing you my buttons that I made, but the main reason for this video is to share these acetate flowers. So I'm Jackie of Jacqs Crafts. Let's get started. So here is my first try at making the acetate flower. I did it too fast. I didn't pay too much attention to how much the heat was affecting the acetate. So I've learned that you need to go slowly because it kind of bent it up more than I would have liked. So you get this wonky flower. Here is the second one I did, and it looks way better. I took my time. I went slowly. I didn't put it too close to the heat. And I like the way that it turned out. There were some that seemed to catch the heat faster than others, and so it curls up a lot. I don't know if you can see it right there, but I try to bend it back if I can before it sets. But sometimes I wasn't able to catch it. But I do like how this one turned out. I think that looks really neat. So I thought we would try that together. I have my little light that I'm using, and I'm going to start. I'm using these tweezers from Cricut, and they're kind of messy, so sorry about that. But I've used it to hold the acetate piece, and then I'm trying to figure out the best way to show you this. Maybe it would be on black, so you can see the acetate. I don't know if that makes it any better or not. Okay, so what you do is you take your acetate and you kind of hold it over the heat, and you see it curl there? It's hard to explain how to do it. I noticed the heat comes more from the top than the sides. So see how that curled? I try to uncurl it as quickly as I can, because I don't want them to be too curled up. My talking is blowing the candle. And then when I get that side done, I switch my pincher tool here, and then I do the other side. Again, I'm just putting it over the heat, kind of paying attention to how it curls, how close I'm getting to the heat. On some of these petals, the heat catches it really quickly, and then on others, it takes it a minute or so. And again, I found it easier if you're directly over the heat and not on the side of it. There. Okay, so that one's done. I'll just let that one sit. Let's try another one. Now, I did see a video where someone used a heating tool like we use for embossing, and what they did was they heated up the acetate and then they molded it to the shape that they wanted. So just something a little different. Yeah, see how that one caught really quickly? It just does that sometimes. So that's how that one looks. Let me show you real quick. I'll move the heat. So that looks pretty good. Now what I did previously, you see a little color on this one. I added some of the Distress Stain peeled paint just there in the center, kind of daubed it around. And then I added some of this Mixative Gold. You can't really see the gold, but you can see the green, and I thought that might help. Now, Serenity Creations, where I learned of this technique, said that she used alcohol inks and put a little dab on there, and then used, you know, a dauber or whatever, and just dabbed it around in the center. You don't want to put it on the ends because, you know, it's alcohol. It'll be flammable. So just there in the center, a little bit around on the petals. And then you get a color when you stack them. You'll have a really nice color coming through. I don't really have any pretty alcohol inks. I have like all the chocolates, the lattes, the gunmetals, and I think I have one pink. But the project I'm working on doesn't have pink. It has golds and browns and greens. So that's why I tried to use the peeled paint. But anyways, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to go ahead and do these other, let's see, I have 2 more here to do. Yeah, on this one you can see the gold just a little bit, maybe. Yeah, it's hard to see the gold. Okay, so let's keep going. I want to do a complete flower and show you. Now, when Anna did it from Serenity Creations, she did it really, she burned the edge a lot, and it actually got brown. So I don't know how she managed to do that. You're definitely going to have to try this on your own and just work with it a little bit, because like I said, the first time I did it, it looks okay. It just isn't the look that I wanted. Where this one is more kind of round. You have more of a shape, where this one became kind of oblong in some places. So it's definitely something that you just have to try a couple times, get the feel for it. And then once you figure it out for yourself, it's kind of fun. It's actually kind of therapeutic to sit here and watch the acetate curl. Now, I cut these flowers out using my Cricut Maker. And I use We Are Memory Keepers acetate from American Crafts. All right, well, I hope you were able to see that. At least now you know this treatment that you can do. Okay, I'll be right back and we'll get started on how to put it all together. And of course, we're using hot glue. Okay, so the first thing I would do is try to make sure I have everything, all the petals, in the size order. So it goes like that. There we go. All right, so then I would take the bottom one, take the next one, and I would line this next one up to where the petals were staggered. So if we have a petal here and here, I would stagger this to where there would be a petal in between the two. Does that help you? So there's the 2 petals. I'm putting it to where we have one staggered in the center of them. And then it staggers them all the way around. So what I would do is actually hold it in place where I wanted it, fold back the one side, hold it with my finger, add my hot glue, and then push down. You can use your rubber fingers, but I find I'm using a low temp and it's okay. All right, so then we get the next one. We do the same thing. We line it up to where we want it. So this is where I kind of look at the edges of the petals. If I have too much curling on one side, then I try to make sure I even it out and put curling on the other side. Yeah, see, I'm getting a lot on this one side, but I don't think I can help that right now. So we just continue to build up our flower. And we take our last petal and get that lined up. And I just push it down. And there we have it, our flower. So that one didn't turn out too bad. Like these sides here could be curled up more, so I could actually relight this, curl those sides up around it a little bit more. Maybe we'll do that. I found it was easier to curl them without it being all together, but this one I put the flower together first and then curled them. And it was just better doing it that way, individually. Yeah, I think that is looking much better. Now, if you do get it too close to the heat, I will say that it does start to melt and burn. So that's probably how how Anna got the dark on her flower. So yeah, I think that turned out really well. So that's just a really quick tutorial on how to do these acetate flowers. I know they were using the Tim Holtz Tattered Roses, I think, die. I don't have that, so I just used a flower image off Cricut Design Space. Like I said, I cut that out with Cricut. Now, once you have your flowers created, you can go ahead and decorate them. And what Anna did was she added buttons, and that's exactly what I have in mind to do. I have my little tray here, and these aren't the buttons I'm using, but I'm trying to show you an example. Let's see, you could, oh, that one's too big. Yeah, so that one would work. Like, how cute would these be if this was a button in here? Because the other one I have is a snowman. But that's adorable. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. How cute is that? So I'm going to have the links for Anna's video where she mentions this. She's actually showing multiple projects, so it's near the end of the video. And I'll link the other person that I found who used the heating tool to heat up the acetate, and then she kind of pushed the two petals inward, like this one here. She would push it inward to get it to look like that, if you can see. So I hoped you liked this idea and enjoyed seeing these flowers with or without a button. You really could put a big gem in here as well. I think that would be super cute also. I plan on putting a button in mine for my project, which you'll be seeing as well. Or you may have already seen it at this point. But that's it for today, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this. See you next time.